Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, All Things Miss Tanita, go ahead and hit that subscribe and that like button and stay tuned. Now today is a little bit different from previous videos because today, as you can see, I am in full uniform. I am on active duty in the Army and I just hit 19 years. Drum roll. So I'm pretty excited about that because I can see the light. Today's video is about the pros and cons of being in the military from my perspective, my experience, my journey, my views, my channel. Stay tuned. Okay, everybody, let's just jump right in. We're going to start with the cons because I truly want to end this on a high note. I believe in a silver lining to any situation that may appear to be dark. But I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised about what I have to say from my perspective, being a African-American female, being in the military for the past 19 years. I started off as enlisted, in the enlisted ranks. I have much respect for our NCOs and our junior soldiers. And then I later, after 9 years, became an officer. So I've had a chance to experience life on both sides. So I'm going to be coming to you from that point of view. Again, I'm not feeling my best. My voice is gone. I have a cold. So please excuse me, but let's just jump right into the cons. I'm going to look down in my paper because I don't want to forget about, the points that I'm trying to make. So the first one, the biggest con for me is your life, my life, is not my life. When I raised my right hand and was sworn into the United States Army, I basically gave control of my life to the United States government, which means for me, they get to tell me and dictate where I'm going to live. That could be Korea. It could be Africa. It could be anywhere in the world. Right now, with us going to war and soldiers being deployed, we don't have a choice in that. If we get orders that come down saying that we have to go to Iran or Afghanistan or Iraq or anywhere where we're going to be away from our family, we have no control over that. So that would be my biggest con. I know what you guys are thinking. You knew what you signed up for. Yeah, I did, but it's still a con. There are some duty stations that, of course, if you have a dependent like a spouse or children, they can go with you. Most of our assignments are 2 to 3 years, sometimes longer. It depends on the needs of the Army. So everything that I do going forward or that I've done up to this point has been based on the needs of the Army. So it's not like your regular job. If you don't like a job, you can quit and go to another job. So that would be my first con. The second thing, there are so many rules. The rules can change from day to day. So one rule that I think is, this is kind of petty, but I'm going to say it anyway because I wrote it down. So let's just say it's pouring down raining outside and I'm dressed exactly like this. We do have rain gear, but if I wasn't anticipating or predicting or didn't look at the weather channel ahead of time to know I need to take my rain gear today, there's no pulling out an umbrella. You are not allowed to walk with an umbrella in this uniform. That's just point blank, period. Also, something that a lot of civilians don't know is we're not allowed to walk and talk on our cell phone. So if I get a phone call and I'm walking from my car to the building, I either have to stop where I'm at, take the phone call and have my conversation, or I need to answer it once I get in a place where I'm able to, be at a standstill or sitting so that I can have that conversation. But there's no walking and talking. It's against regulations. If we see soldiers doing that, we're supposed to correct them. So there's always the changing of rules. The next one is, as you can see, my hair is up in a ponytail. It is not by choice. I don't choose to wear a ponytail every single day. However, you do have to wear styles that are considered professional and that are in alignment with wearing of the uniform. So there's rules on our hairstyles. Your hair cannot touch the bottom of your collar. So you don't have to wear a ponytail. There's people with bobs. You can't have like fatty cuts like asymmetrical bobs or different kind of hairstyles that number one, that are like in your face or just fatty type of hairstyles. So there's been a lot of changes with the natural hairstyles that we can and cannot have. But again, it's a con for me because it's dictated on what we can and cannot wear. And there again, it has nothing to do with your skill set. It's all about what the regulation says. So to include with hairstyles, that also encompasses hair colors. You can have hair color, but it needs to look pretty close to being natural. For those of you guys who know me, who've seen me with my hair down, you know that up until probably about 6 or 8 months ago, I got some hair color, and it's just on the lower back end of my hair, but and it's not my natural hair color, but it is a color that doesn't stand out, especially in uniform, because my bun is tucked. You really cannot see the color, so that's how I kind of get away with that. And then on the weekends, I'm able to wear my hair however I desire, but come Monday morning, it's back up and it's back professional and in alignment with the regulations. The other thing you probably have noticed watching me is I don't have on any earrings. Again, that's a con for me, number 4. And it's not by choice. It's because that's the rules. In this particular uniform, we're not allowed to wear earrings, not studs, nothing. Whereas our counterparts, like the Air Force, I ain't hating on them. Maybe I'm hating just a little bit. But in this uniform, their camo uniform, they are allowed to wear studs. We are allowed to wear small diamond studs and small pearls when we're in our dress uniform. And I'll put a picture so you can see. I call it my Easter suit. That is the only time that we're allowed to wear small pearls or diamonds per the regulation. Number 5, nail polish. Notice that I don't have any. You can wear natural or neutral colors. We're not allowed to have acrylic fake nails. We're not allowed to have fake eyelashes. I believe there might even be something in there about wigs, or I don't know. I don't wear wigs, thank God, but I believe there's something in there about wigs and about the size of braids and things like that. So we have a whole regulation about hair and how we can wear our hair. So that's a con for me, number 5. Number 6 con for me is politics. A lot of things are really, really political in how people are treated, and you can be treated a certain way based on rank. And I come from the school of respect goes all the way across the board, from the lowest ranking person to the highest ranking person. People are people. So if you're a janitor, I'm not going to disrespect you because you're a janitor or you're a housekeeper, because guess what? If you don't change my trash can or you don't clean my floor, I have to come into a dirty office. So you're, to me, just as important as anybody else across the board. I just believe respect is there's no negotiation with that. There's no rank in that for me. But you see it oftentimes where lower ranking soldiers are treated one way and higher ranking soldiers, or the red carpet is rolled out for them, or there's a lot of things that are forgiven, or, you know, there's nothing said about it or swept under the rug based on rank. That's a huge con for me. That's actually, as a leader, that's actually a part of my philosophy that I go over with all my staff. I just respect across the board, period. Enough about that. The next one is when it comes to time off. You want to take a vacation. You want to go on leave. There's no spontaneous leaves. There's no, today I want to jump up and I want to take a road trip. When you're in the military, everything has to be pre-planned out, because when you put in that leave slip, you've already done your checks and balances, seeing that there is staffing available while you're taking this leave, unless it's emergency leave. And there's some, stipulations and things that categorize as emergency leave. But I'm talking about just your regular leave. You cannot just go on leave. You have to put in a leave request, and there's 2 signatures that have to be on there in order for your leave to be approved. So many times you can't buy a flight way in advance. So this is January. If I wanted to buy a flight for something in February or March, I need to make sure that my leave is approved. Otherwise, it could be denied, and then I have to deal with the charges or the cost that I've already spent for that plane ticket. So for me, that is a con, but there is a pro to leave in the military, and I'll cover that later. Okay, so number 8 for me with my last con is the pay scale. So a lot of people tend to think because we're in the military, we make all this money. i.e. family members and friends. They seem to think because we're in the military, I don't know why they think we have this huge salary. But if you really compare, like I have my master's degree, I'm an RN, I have my master's degree, but in comparison to my pay scale and what master's prepared RNs make on the outside, if we broke it down by per hour or salary, in comparison, almost hands down, the civilian sector makes way more money than us. Now, there's also a pro to our pay, and I will cover that. So remember I said that. So there's a pro and a con to it, and I will cover that. Moving on to brighter things, we're going to move right along to the pros. So one of the first things, and this is sincere from my heart, the most rewarding thing that I can say that is the number one pro for me is that I am proudly serving my country. I was not drafted. I was not made to be in the military. I volunteered. I did. I volunteered. I stayed this long. I'm staying for my 20 years, God willing. And I can honestly say that this has been the best decision of my life. So I proudly serve our country. I proudly assist with taking care of soldiers and family members. So that's the number one pro for me. I feel like I'm getting teary. Okay, so number two, moving along. Our benefits in regards to our insurance and just the care that we give for free. It's a part of it. So the good thing about the insurance is the soldiers, we don't pay for medical or dental. The good thing also about that is the military keeps track of your physicals, your lab work to include HIV, lab work to include EKGs, mammograms, all of that. All of that is tracked. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I forgot, or I haven't had a physical in 5 years. That's never going to happen. You're going to come up red and you're going to be reminded or mandated to get these things done. Again, remember when I said that your life really isn't your life? Well, the government is like your parents because they're going to make sure you're afforded tools and resources to stay healthy as much as you have control over, and they're going to make sure that you're getting testing and exams and whatever it is that they need you to do to make sure that you are ready for our mission. So you don't have to worry about that. Now, remember I talked about leave. So this is the pro side of, yeah, I can't just do a spontaneous vacation. However, most civilian jobs do not give 30 days. You don't earn 30 days of leave per year. So that's pretty good. And that's a pro for me to know that I have 30 days. I wish it was 30 years, 30 days of leave per year. So we earn about 2.5 days per month, I believe. I got to do the math, per month. And then somebody can check my math, 2.5 days per month. And then it should equal out to 30 vacation time. And so that's really good. My fourth pro is sick time. So, okay, this is a great example. I'm sick right now. I'm not feeling my best. I cannot just call in. So on day 3, I've been battling with this. This is day 5. On day 3, I had a fever. I had a headache. I had chills. I had all kinds of things going on. Nasty cough. I could not just wake up and say, I'm calling in. But I could wake up and call my supervisor and say, hey, ma'am, I need to, make you aware that I'm going to sick call. So what that means is when you are sick to the point that you cannot be present for duty, you have to go to the doctor. You have to go to the doctor. You have to go be checked out, and they have to deem if they want to give you what we call quarters to allow you time off to get well. Most doctors, and I say most, not all, will only give you 24 hours of quarters. And let me tell you how that goes, because this is a con for me. So the con side of that is if you're at the doctor's office, excuse me, most of the morning and they give you 24 hours of quarters, your quarters start at the time that they give you those quarters. So you're liable to have to be at work the next day. You tell me how that allowed me time to heal, to be back at work the next day when I spent the majority of my time at the doctor's office. So if you're smart, you're going to, especially based on what time you get out of there, just with respect, ask the physician if you can get at least 48 hours so that you can get a full day of being able to rest so that you can reset and be refreshed to go back to work. Now, the other pro side of sick time is this. If I am sick and my physician deems he's going to give me 48 hours a quarter or up to 72 hours a quarter, or if I have a surgery and my recovery time is 15 days or 30 days or whatever, my pay is not affected by those days being off. Like, they're going to allow me that time to get well and to recuperate. I don't have to worry about, oh, I'm using my sick time. We don't earn sick time. We earn leave, vacation time. So that is definitely a pro because, you know, on the civilian side, they earn their sick time and you have to use your sick hours when you're sick. And when you run out, then you're either on sick time without pay or whatever the situation is, but that's not our story. So that's a pro for me. Number 5 is physical fitness. So how many jobs? Well, you know what? Let me just say this. Most jobs are starting to really get with health and wellness for insurance purposes because they realize how beneficial it is to make sure that they have healthy employees. So a lot of jobs have now they have fitness or gyms in their workplace, in their organizations, especially the larger organizations, or they may even pay for a fitness membership. Well, being in the Army has afforded me the opportunity to go to any installation I go to. There's going to be 2 or more gym or high tech or, you know, the latest in gym equipment and fitness. So a lot of them have classes. They're all, you know, they may be state of the art or whatever, but gym, they'll have like a pool. They may have sauna. They may have steam rooms. All of the things that we enjoy at club memberships, we are afforded that being in the military because we are mandated to stay healthy and to be able to pass a physical fitness test every 6 months. So that's definitely a pro. Some people may see it as a con, but I mean, that's going to be for the betterment of you. So that's a pro for me. What else? Number 6, educational benefits. We have tuition assistance if you want to go back to school to develop or to increase your professional development in regards to education. If you want to further your education, we have paid tuition. I actually was afforded the opportunity to participate in a program called the AECP, Army Enlisted Commissioning Program. When I joined, as I told you before, I was an enlisted soldier. I had my LPN. I was a licensed practical nurse. Excuse me again. I'm so sorry. I desired to go back to get my bachelor's in nursing, and I was afforded that opportunity while serving on active duty. So that was a great opportunity. I am forever grateful to the military. I have my bachelor's and my master's all while serving on active duty. So that is a huge pro for me. Number 7, traveling on the government's dime when it comes to moving expenses and things like that. Yes, I know I said it's a con that you're moved around every 2 to 3 years. Sometimes you may be there longer, but for people who like to travel or who's single or who just wants to see the world with their kids and their family, you can best believe that you're going to travel around, and it may be to Germany, Korea, Hawaii. So it could be somewhere that's overseas or stateside in the United States. But you don't have to worry about the expenses of that. They actually pay for people, a team of people from a moving company that will actually come in your house, pack up all your stuff down to your trash cans, down to everything. And they're going to box it up. They're going to inventory it, and they're going to deliver it to your new residence. And they will unpack, not put up, but they will take all of your things out of the box for you. So that's a huge expense that's incurred by the government. So I think that's a huge pro. And a lot of people don't know that. What else? The benefits that come with being a vet after you serve. There are a lot of great benefits for our veterans. And so I think that is a pro. I'm looking forward to being a veteran and enjoying some of those benefits. Number 9, I have discounts at stores and restaurants and other businesses. So a lot of times there are discounts, usually 10%, 20%, whatever percent, it's still something. and it's a savings. But when you say I am active duty military or I have a military ID, there are lots of businesses that will honor that and provide you with a discount, and that is a pro for me. Number 10, as you can see, I have surpassed my cons. I'm at number 10. I have 11 listed, and I had 8 cons listed. So number 10 is the housing allowance and food allowance. So this is the part where the pay kind of balances out depending on what your rank is. So based on your rank, you are paid a base pay. Now, based on if you have a dependent or dependents with an S, one dependent could be your husband, and you're not going to get more if you have 5 kids and 1 husband. It's just with dependents or not, period. So you get a housing allowance. A housing allowance, just an example. Say you live at zip code 53333, and based on your rank of, let's say you're E5, and there you have 1 dependent. The housing allowance, let's just say it's $1,500, but without dependents, it's $1,300. Well, it doesn't matter where you live. If you're lucky to live, to be stationed or assigned somewhere where your family or parents or somebody is at, you could be living in our basement. You're still going to get that housing allowance because you have to pay to live somewhere, even if you're just giving your mom $500 of the $1,300. So you get a housing allowance, and you also get BAS. So that's a food subsidy that you get for a food allowance. So how many organizations are giving you your base pay plus housing allowance plus food allowance? So when you add all those things up, usually in most cases it balances out, because yeah, I can go on the civilian side and make more money, but I'm not going to get that housing allowance and I'm not going to get that food allowance. So when I add all of those up, I'm not that far down the pay scale. So I'm not complaining. I'm just pointing it out. And it is a pro in my eyes. The last one is you're able to retire at 20 years. Y'all know why I left this for last, because I'm so close to my 20-year mark. I don't know what to do. I'm so excited about that. I've never been committed to, I don't think, anything for this long. And it's been rewarding. It's had its challenges. It's been up and downs, but more ups than downs, I will say. I just absolutely cannot truly complain. Like, I would need to probably smack myself if I complain, because God has been so good to me. My assignments have all been amazing, minus, I'm just lying on minus none. My assignments have all been purposeful assignments. I've met great people. God has put me on a mission for great assignments everywhere that I have been. So I cannot complain. It was all a part of my journey, which is coming to an end, not soon enough. But what I was going to say on the pro side of that is, if you join the military straight out of high school, so you're 18, in 20 years, you're 38, you get to retire. You don't have to wait until you're 62 or 65 or whatever the outside sector says you have to wait before you can start receiving your pension. You can start receiving your pension, which is 50% of your base pay, at the 20-year mark of retirement. So I am 46. I will be 47 by the time I retire. If I choose to go work somewhere else, I can. I'm still going to get my pension from the Army. I've done my time. I'm not choosing to work. I'm choosing to continue to build businesses and entrepreneurship and doing passion work for the community, because that's what I love. And so that is a huge pro. And I'm going to end it with that. I did not intend for this video to be over 20 minutes. I'm so sorry. But for those of you who stuck with me, thank you so much. Again, if you have not subscribed already, please subscribe. This is my lifestyle blog. So I will be talking about all things that are extremely passionate to me. As you guys know, I am a soldier on active duty. I am a wife, a mother, a grandmother. I am an author, a speaker, mentor for young children. I have an online boutique. My husband and I do real estate investment. We have a YouTube channel called The Smiths Hustle. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to The Smiths Hustle. It's absolutely informational and funny. My husband is hilarious. He is nuts. But we're giving out great free information for people who have the desire to be a real estate investor. We only rent to Section 8, so we have lots of fun stories to talk about with that. But please subscribe. I'm going to be doing some stuff on fashion, on hair, more to come. Just stay tuned. And again, thanks for watching.